Sorry. Right. So I'm going to try and keep my foot up, so I might be moving about a bit. Which is not easy when I've got this on the thing and my foot on the thing. Right. I've just had, as you might have guessed, I've just had a response to the FOI request I put in, which was about defrauding the UK government. Because, of course, Huntingdonshire District Council could not account for 30 years' worth of trading licence money in their accounts. And let's face it, you know, it's not just that, is it? I mean, if they've been getting away with that, what else have they been doing? So, I'd previously had an answer to the FI request of we wanted to see the proof they could charge for trading licences. And basically I'm going to get onto that in a second. Right, so the answer I've had basically to this defrauding the government request is that they've explained their position in previous answers to my other FOI requests, and they hold no information on this specific request. So, let me just put it out here for you, because the answer I actually got to did they have proof they could charge for trading licences was no. I had to try to make out that in 27 years or whatever it was, 28 years, 29 years ongoing, that somewhere over the years they'd lost those letters. Well, I'm sorry, but that's not good enough, is it? You know, I mean, you don't pay off your mortgage and then lose your mortgage document, do you? Oh, I've done that now. I mean, if you get stopped by the coppers on the roadside and they go, "Have you come and see your driving licence?" You go, "Oh, well, I did have it, but I just seem to have lost it somewhere." I mean, these are legal documents, you know. So the coppers ain't going to stand for that, and you ain't going to throw away a bit of paper that says you've just paid 200 and whatever it is £1,000 for your house, are you? It's utterly stupid, you know, the lengths I have to go to try and explain this. But they should have those letters basically, and if they at any point, i.e. 5 years ago when this started, realised they didn't have them, obviously there should have been an investigation there and then. At that time they just told me they'd followed the correct procedure, which of course there's no proof of. So, going back to defrauding the government, and I try and keep up, they've explained in previous answers, well they haven't, have they? Well, all they've explained is that they can't charge for trading licences, really, because they don't have the proof they can charge, and yet they still are. So I've said, really, you know, what you're telling me then, because I don't recall submitting a request for defrauding the government previously, so you can't be on about answering that, and all you said to me is you don't have the proof you can charge for trading licences. So, they have in fact just admitted to theft from the public purse, whether they know it or not, because they're quite happy, obviously, with not having the proof, and not even the slightest bit interested in finding out when was the last time they may have had it. Because I never did. So how far this goes at the minute, I don't know. I'm fairly sure there's quite a lot of jumping about down in the local constabulary every time I put a new video up at the minute. Just because of correspondence has been going back and forward via email. And yes, they've finally run out of excuses. And my mate's not had any hassle for a while, so I think they've finally run out of managers to throw at him and try and intimidate him. And the coppers obviously dropped the case against me. And yes, they've finally, basically, whether they've realised it or not, have just admitted that they've been breaking a law for 30 years. It's theft from the public purse, it's false accounting, it's misappropriation of public funds, it's certainly misconduct in public office. And Joanne Lancaster, the head of HDC, who incidentally earns £117,000 a year, is fully aware of this and isn't the slightest bit interested. It's possibly because they're all thieving bastards, really. 30-year jail sentences all round, that's what I say. Jolly good. Yeah, but it is quite comical. I think the last answer I got from the police was a similar thing. We don't have the information, but we're not telling you what it is. So, they refused to supply me basically with information they don't have. They'd already admitted to not having the proof, and they've now said that they're now refusing to answer anything else. So, waste of time. All criminals, really. That's all these councils are, just criminals. Ever since the conception of these town halls, district councils, county councils, that's all that's been going on. But then I think we knew that already, didn't we? So there we have it. This will be interesting now when this one goes up. Let's see what happens next.